We have two important decisions this week from bankruptcy land. One involves Chapter 11 reorganization, and the other is an important issue regarding consumer bankruptcies in Chapter 13. First, on Chapter 11, we go to the bankruptcy court in Indianapolis, Indiana, where the bankruptcy judge outright dismissed the Chapter 11 petition that was filed less than a year ago by a subsidiary of 3M Corp. Essentially, the Indianapolis bankruptcy judge followed the reasoning of the Third Circuit, which earlier this year had called for dismissal of the Chapter 11 case of a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson. The bankruptcy judge in Indianapolis said that just as though, like it was with Johnson & Johnson, there was no economic distress because the very wealthy, extremely solvent parent had agreed to pay whatever costs, expenses, damages, or claims might come out of the Chapter 11 case. The bankruptcy judge in Indianapolis also said that no bankruptcy purpose was being served because the Chapter 11 effort was not going to preserve or enhance any assets. On the Chapter 13 side, we have the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit in California, which agreed with the 10th Circuit by holding that a trustee in Chapter 13 is not entitled to compensation if the case dismisses before confirmation. I should also point out that the very same issue is currently sub judice, which means we are awaiting a decision from the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan. Basically, if the Second Circuit agrees with the Ninth and the 10th Circuits, then, well, we have consensus throughout the country. However, if the Second Circuit takes a different position and says that these trustees are paid, then we have a split of circuits and a really nifty question that might be considered on a petition for certiorari in the U.S. Supreme Court. But before we end, let's go back to Indianapolis, because that is not the first defeat that 3M suffered out there in Indiana. Earlier in the case, the bankruptcy judge, the same judge, ruled that he would not protect the 3M parent with a stay of lawsuits. 3M previously appealed that decision, just as it has appealed the dismissal a few days ago. It seems to me that the earlier appeal from the refusal to spread the automatic stay is now moot, that is, assuming that the dismissal of the case is not reversed on appeal. I am Bill Rochelle, the editor-at-large from Aearo Bankruptcy Institute. I will return same time next week with something interesting from the world of bankruptcy. Until then, be well, stay safe, and a good day.